a great way to simplify learning all four kinds of chords: major, minor, augmented, and diminished. All you need to know is whole steps and half steps. To play the half steps on the keyboard, you're going to go to the nearest consecutive notes. As with anything else, when you put a half and a half together, you get a whole. So when we put two half steps together, we get a whole step. So let's practice playing the whole steps up and down a little bit on the piano. Next, we're going to take the half steps and the whole steps and we're going to combine them. The first distance we want to get comfortable with is 1.5 steps. And back down. The more smoothly and comfortably you're able to go through 1.5 steps, the easier this is going to be. It's the same thing with the next leap that we're going to learn, which is 2 whole steps. Those are the tools that you need, because with chords, they are always built with either 2 whole steps or 1.5 steps. In the case of the major chord, it is a stack of 2 whole steps below and 1.5 steps above. So on C, let's do a major chord. Up 2 whole steps, up 1.5 steps. Let's do this on E. Up 2 whole steps, up 1.5 steps. Now the beauty of this system is you can go in either direction, starting from any note, and it's always just as easy. You don't have to think about scales to do this. So let's take B flat, and this is going to be our top note. And when I say top, we're naming the 3 notes of our chord as a root, a third, and a fifth. So let's say B flat is our fifth. We're going to do these 2 leaps in reverse, starting with the upper 1.5 steps, and then the lower 2 whole steps. 1.5, 2 whole. Let's do this on F sharp. Down 1.5, down 2 whole. It's just as easy to start from the middle note. You're going to come down 2 whole steps, and you're going to go up 1.5 steps. Down 2 whole, up 1.5. After that, you simply need to learn the formulas for each chord. The next is minor, and minor is exactly like major with the leaps reversed. So the minor chord is going to be 1.5 steps below 2 whole steps. Up 1.5, up 2 whole. There's D minor. Let's start from the fifth. Now we're going to start from the 2 whole steps because we're on top, coming down. 2 whole steps, down to 1.5, down 2 whole, down 1.5. And we'll take this time A flat as our third, so down 1.5 and up 2 whole. The diminished chords and the augmented chords are even easier than the major and the minor because there's nothing to memorize. Diminished, they are both 1.5 steps, and augmented, they are both 2 whole steps. Let's start with the diminished chord. Up 1.5, up 1.5. Same thing on B flat, up 1.5, up 1.5. Now let's try on G, coming down. 1.5, 1.5. And let's try it on F sharp as our third, so going down 1.5 and up 1.5. And last, we'll do the same thing with our augmented chord, which is 2 whole steps and 2 whole steps. Let's go up from B, 2 whole, 2 whole. Let's take it from A flat, down 2 whole, down 2 whole. That's it. Those are your 4 types of triads, 3-note chords: major, minor, diminished, and augmented As you saw, you can start from the root, the third, or the fifth, and each chord is just as easy as the other. So practice these and have fun with them. This is a fantastic way to get a direct line to learning the chords, getting really comfortable with them, and having more fun when you're playing the piano. All right, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next videos.